Now we move to our the next in the series of our must-have apps category. And this week we are looking at OCR apps. Now OCR, as many of you will know, will stand for Optical Character Recognition. And this is about recognizing printed text and having it read back to us via speech and perhaps via brailleback. It's a lot easier, I think, to access OCR apps on the phone than it used to be. I remember when KNFB Reader first launched and you had to pay about £1,500, £1,800 for some questionable Nokia Symbian phone, and then about $100 to buy the KNFB app on Android. But happily, options are much greater now, and in many instances cheaper. What we're going to do primarily today is Warren has a bit of text. He is going to show that text via various different apps, and we'll see what the experience is like on those different apps. Warren, over to you.
Okay, Ed, so you're talking about KNFB Reader. What that reminds me of, though, you forgot that they first started with a Canon camera, and that's how it got started. And I don't remember how much that thing was. Was it using an A95? I don't remember which of the Canon cameras that was, but that's where they got started. Remember that before they moved to the mobile. And so we've come a long way in trying to get OCR directly on our phones. And of course, as you mentioned, that thing was very expensive. And so was the other one. I want to say, was it maybe like $2,000? I don't remember, to be honest. But anyways, so here we are today, and we have just a plethora of OCR packages that one could have. I probably have over 4 pages of OCR packages in my OCR folder. And today, though, we just want to focus on those that are just mainly intended for the blind. And that would be the likes of Lookout, Envision, Supersense, Sullivan. Plus, ID, for some reason, is crashing on my Android 12. And so I wouldn't be demonstrating the ID OCR today. There's also the scanner, which is from the Voice Dream Reader guys, now Legere. Now it simply says Legere, but it says scanner. So those are the ones that I probably would be putting through. And of course, there's a Speak. And I think Austin is going to show us the layout of it. But my main thing is to show who sits on top of that hill. Who's going to be the king on the hill. We'll do this thing offline, see who supports offline and who doesn't. I know for sure that the ID doesn't. So that one is out of the question right now. So I'm going to show you which one does not and which one does what. In other words, I'm going to show you which one does what and which one cannot do that very same thing.
Brilliant. Thanks, Warren. What are you going to start with?
So I think I'm going to put my phone now in the airplane mode.
9:36 a.m. Device unlocked.
Because that's the only way we're going to find out whether or not one does offline mode or one doesn't. Because there are times that you don't want anything of yours to be online. I don't want to be scanning my credit card, for example, with the thing accessing the internet. So I would want to make sure that the one I want to use the most or whatever may have offline support. So I'm going to put my phone in airplane mode, and then we'll try these things and see who is king and or who is queen.
I think the other thing to say about offline mode, that's right. If you do want to use an app that does use an online mode, you might want to get in touch with that app and see what security standards and protocols they comply with. Because obviously there are security standards and protocols that they could comply with, which might make you feel more comfortable with that. But in general, I agree with Warren. Stick to one that uses offline.
Turn on airplane mode. As you can hear, I'm using one of the Voxogen voices, and this is Amanda, the sad lady. But I wanted to make sure that we have the same TTS engine as I try to read this thing that I have written out. So I have set my phone now to the airplane mode, and I will now bring my page of the OCR packages and go through the ones that we've mentioned.
Camera, folder, OCR, 4, Lookout, folder opened 4x4.
And sometimes lighting, or not sometimes, but in reality, lighting plays a very important role when it comes to doing OCR. And if you don't have good lighting, sometimes you're not going to get good result unless, of course, the OCR package in question has auto flash. And if it doesn't, sometimes some of them have manual flash that you can turn on. And so I don't have lighting in here. So I'm going to start with lookout. I'm going to move away from the microphone a little bit. So I'm going to turn up the volume a little bit so you can hear. Because the setup that I have here does not afford me to have the page in front of the microphone. So it's to the side.
Lookout.
Lookout.
Accessibility volume set to 80%. Lookout documents mode. Change language English selected. Button. Move device towards bottom right. To close, move away. Move away. Try taking a snapshot to scan what's in doc. Take snapshot. Scanned item details. Close details. Button.
Okay, so I just took a picture of it. Sometimes, it keeps telling you, hey, you're too close or whatever, or it could just simply say, hey, go ahead and take the picture. And so that's what I just did. And so I'm going to put my finger down to read what I just took a picture of.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today. As we continue with the must-have apps, we come to the 29th episode in which the OCR packages happens to be the category for discussion. Who's going to be crowned king? Stay tuned as we put these apps to the test.
So that's Lookout, and that's in the document mode. Now, some apps have both document mode and instant read. So this is the document mode in Lookout. I will now try the instant read and see what we get. So I'm going to back out of here.
Move device text mode. 3 of 7.
I'm going to tap on text.
Items. Can detect text. Text selected. Lookout text mode. Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining us, Todd, as we continue with the must-have apps. We've come to the OCR packages happens to be the category for DCSC. Who's going to be crowned king? Stay tuned as we put these apps to the test.
I don't know if you are able to hear that, but that was the instant read. And of course, there was maybe one or two. For instance, in discussion, I think it kind of maybe missed the letter N and also another letter somewhere. And that's the instant read, because the instant read, unlike the document mode, however, does not have the guide. I will now move to the next and
folder OCR Sullivan Plus.
We have Sullivan Plus. Now, Sullivan Plus is another one, and I'm going to open that app and let's take a look.
Text recognition. Text recognition. Capture. Button. Capture with the volume keys. Capture button.
I'm going to capture.
Button, capture. Internet is not connected.
Aha. I am told that internet is not connected. So Sullivan Plus, you must have an internet connectivity. And since I'm already in an airplane mode, I'm not going to bother about trying to enable internet right now. I'll keep going. And so I'm going to close out of Sullivan Plus. Okay.
Sullivan Plus, 15 of 15. Folder OCR. Lookout.
The next one we want to take a look at
Supersense
will be Supersense, and we'll see if Supersense allows me to do offline or not. I'm going to tap on Supersense.
Supersense menu button. Start reading button.
I'm going to try the document mode first, just like I did with Lookout, and then I'll do the start reading, which is the instant read.
Tap to switch read mode. Current.
And it crashed on my Android 12. This is not
Pixel
good.
Launcher, home.
Let's try again.
Supersense, menu, button. Start reading, button.
I'm just going to hit the start reading, which would be the instant read mode, because I tried to switch the reading modes and it simply crashed on me. So here I go.
I'm reading text. Please point your camera to text. Sound settings. Everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today. Continue with the must-have apps. We've come to the two pages happens to be the category for discussion. Going to be crowned king. Honored as we put these apps to the test. Hello everyone, and thank you so much, Phil. As we continue with the must-have app OCR packages happens to be the category. Who's going to be crowned king? Stay tuned as we put these apps to the...
That was low. I couldn't turn up the volume there, but I'm trying to see if I could switch that.
Tap to switch read mode. Current mode.
Oh no, it crashed again.
Close app button.
Okay, that's Supersense. Let's move
Pixel
over
launcher.
now to
Folder OCR for our logout. ID Pro. Envision AI.
Envision is one of those.
Envision AI. Magnifier button.
So I'm going to start with the document mode.
Turn flash on button. Start read. Read document.
Okay.
It looks like you are not connected to the internet. Some functions might not be available. Okay button.
And I'm told that it looks like I'm not connected to the internet and some functions may not be available. Okay. Though what I thought, though, it does have
Okay button.
the offline capability, I thought, because in the settings, it does, let's see.
Find general tab 2 of 5. Find glasses tab, help tab.
And that's in the help, there's the settings. Let's see.
Check subscriptions, account details. Check subscriptions, what's new? Help heading, read tutorials, give feedback, request to call, settings, heading. Offline instant text recognition, faster recognition with instant text for languages based on Latin scripts. Switch ON.
Okay.
Automatic line, offline instant text recognition, faster recognition.
Yeah, so offline is checked.
Automatic language detection, automatically read the text in the detected languages. When turned off, text will be read in your phone's default language. Switch ON.
Okay, let's see. Let's try something.
Automatic language detection. Automatically read the text in the detected languages. When turned off, text will be read in your phone's default language. Off. Showing items 1
Let's
to 13
try
of
that,
20.
see if it makes any difference. Okay. I'm going to try one more time. Let's see.
Read document out of list. It looks like you are not connected to the internet. It looks like, okay. Envision
Well,
AI.
folks,
Read
I'm not going to waste our time on that. So Envision apparently is not letting me do offline mode. Now I'm going to move to the next.
Camera, folder, OCR, for our more items, speak.
Here's speak. Let's try speak.
Speak, flash automatic. Document, button.
And I'm going to tap on document here on speak.
Speak, 11%. Progress bar 11%.
So much for joining us today. As we continue with the must-have apes, we come to the 2 Aqua packages happens to be the category for discussion.
0%.
Who's going to be crowned king? Stay tuned as we put these apes to the test.
I'm going to try the instant.
Scan button.
So you tap on scan and then you tap on text.
Barcode. Text.
Okay. So here's the instant read. And I think this one gives you like a guidance mode. So I'm going to tap here.
Scanning text. Speak. Speak. Scan text. Out of list.
Move right. Move right. Move left. Move right. Move left. Move right.
Oh, come on.
Hello everyone and thank you so much for joining us today. As we continue with the must-have apes, we come to the 29th episode in which the category for discussion. Aqua packages happens to be who's going to be crowned king. Stay tuned as we put these apes to hello.
So that was speak. I think we have one more that is specially made for the blind, and that would be the Voice Dream Scanner, formerly known as Voice Dream Scanner and now called Legere, Legere. And I'm going to find that I think is on my 4th page of the OCR folder.
Folder, OCR, logout, folder.
Let's see here.
Page 2, KNFB Reader, Mobile Doc Scanner.
Oh, there's KNFB Reader. And you know what? It was working on Android 12. Now that I've found it, how about we give it a test? Shall we do that, Ed? I think we should.
I think we should. I think we should give it a run. The venerable old stager. You know, he's a veteran. He's been sat in the bleachers for a bit, but maybe he's fit to pitch when all the other pitchers are injured. Let's get him on.
You are right. This is a veteran, and we need to give it that respect, shall we?
It's game 7. No one else is fit. He's gonna be the opening pitcher.
KNFB Reader.
Okay.
It's on you, KNFB.
KNFB Reader. Unlock full version button disabled.
Oh, maybe it probably has to download all the stuff first, because I've never used it, so it'll be unfair to say it doesn't work offline because it first needs to download some sort of a package. And so I need to turn on my internet back on. Turn off airplane mode.
Google Assistant. Tap to dismiss Assistant.
There we go. So airplane mode is
The power.
off.
Austin.
So let's see
Recent
here.
apps. Google home screen 1 of 5. Folder OCR. Logout.
Let's go bring up KNFB Reader
Page 2 of
again.
3. Page 3. KNFB Reader. Take picture. Take picture of the document and read the text. Button. KNFB Reader.
Okay.
Select up. Take picture. Take picture of the document and read the text. Button.
Okay, seems like it's
Message.
working now.
Telegram. Penned messages.
And now, since it's working, I'm going to go back to the airplane mode. Turn on airplane mode. All right, I believe that I have turned it on.
Pixel launcher.
Let's see.
App. Recent apps. Google KNFB Reader. KNFB Reader. Take picture. Take picture of the document and read the text. Button. Out of list. Take picture. Page 1 of 1. Settings.
I took the picture.
Redo OCR. Button. Add page to document. But view image. Button. Save document. Button. Next sentence. Button. Play button. Pause. Play. Pause. Play.
Nothing happened. Let's.
Redo OCR. Change text recognition. Redo OCR. Button. Set language. Current selection English. Button. Select document type. Current type multi-column. Button. Change text recognition. Redo OCR. Button.
Okay, I'm going to try again one
Page
more
1.
time because
Take picture. Take
I'm
picture
giving it
of
a
the document
benefit
and
of
read
the
the
doubt.
text. Button. KNFB Reader. Take picture. Field of view report. Report camera position relative to the document.
Let's
Button.
try that and see.
No report available. Please try again. Field of view report. Report camera position relative. Take picture. Take picture of the document and read the text. Take picture.
And it just crashed.
Pixel launcher. Home.
Okay, I bet KNFB Reader doesn't want me to do it offline.
Folder. OCR.
Let's
File.
go
Logout.
to
Folder open.
Voice Dream or Legere.
Scan my eyes. Scanner.
I think this is it.
Scanner. Ledger. Capture image button.
Now, with Legere, what happens is that you hear these tones. The louder the tone is, that tells you that all four corners are in view. And when you hear that, then you need to just hold your camera steady and then it will shoot the picture. And once it shoots the picture, don't move the camera away because if you do, it may skew some text. So just hold that until what has been scanned is being displayed, or if it starts reading for you, if you've chosen to do the auto read. So I'm going to point it at my document, and because we have the different modes as well.
9:58 a.m. Device unlocked. Scanner. Capture image button. Processing. Discard button.
When it finishes processing, you hear that click sound.
Hello everyone and thank you so much for joining us today. As we continue with the must-have apps, we come to the 29th episode in which the OCR packages happens to be the category for discussion. Who's going to be crowned king? Stay tuned as we put these apps to the test.
And that was the Legere or Voice Dream Scanner. Now, let's see. I don't think it has an instant
Audio settings button.
mode.
View text or image showing text button. Audio settings. View text or image. Enhance image off. Edge detection button. Hello everyone and thank you so much for joining.
Okay,
Edge enhance view text audio settings. Play button.
that's the play.
Hello everyone and thank you so much for joining us today. As we continue with the must-have apps, we come to the 29th episode in which the OCR packages happens to be the category for discussion. Who's going to be crowned king? Stay tuned as we put these apps to the test.
Okay, so that,
Discard button.
and I could discard
Keep button.
or keep. So you could either discard or keep, and so I'm going to go
Discard button.
discard.
Capture image button.
Okay, let's
Batch
see.
mode off button.
There's batch mode.
Auto capture on button. Image preview double tap to settings button. Import photo but edge detection on flash off button. Capture image button.
As you can
Pixel
see,
launcher. Home screen one of
I am not showing any of the settings or the layout and all of that. All that we were interested in is the ability to capture text. Now, some of them do barcode reading, which we didn't get into. However, I think Austin wanted to show the layout of the Speak app, right, Austin?
Yeah, I want to show the layout of Speak app.
Speak. Speak is using your camera. Tap to change. Accessibility volume set to 80. Settings. Flash automatic.
So the topmost button is called the Flash Automatic, which is the auto flash that Warren spoke about.
Settings.
Then we have settings under that. Let's go in that.
Pop-up window. Select text to speech engine in list.
You can select your TTS
Language detection.
and detect all the languages that you want it to detect.
Set talking speed.
Set your talking speed.
Set text size.
And the text size is, it will show you how big the text is on the screen. Like you can change the text size that appears on your screen.
Set text recognition engine.
You can select different engines,
Set
and
text
the one that
recognition
supports
engine.
is
Checked. Speak offline in Google Lens online.
either Speak offline or
Back.
Google Lens online.
Speak. Text selection.
You can do text selection here, but I have no text, so I cannot show
Color
that.
detection.
It can detect colors, so that is nice. So that is it from the
Back.
settings window.
Speak. Settings. More options. Button.
Then you have more
Pop-up
options.
window. Chat. In list. Tutorial.
There is chat, tutorial.
Invite friends.
You can invite friends to speak
Rate app.
and rate app.
Contact developer.
So that is it from the options.
Speak. More up. Document. Button.
So these are the different modes of the app, and this clicking that you hear is because I'm moving the phone around. I'm not moving the phone where there is any text, but every time the focus changes, you can hear this clicking sound.
Identify. Button.
You can identify things,
Feature requires Google Lens.
which uses
Play
Google
Store.
Lens.
0. Back. Speak.
I don't
is
have.
Using your camera. Tap to change.
So that is it from the speech layout. It's very simple app. There is nothing much in the layout of Speak. It's a very simple OCR app.
And like I said, I didn't show the layout of all these other ones, but they have the layouts. You can go in there and check all their layouts and all of that. But so our verdict, guys, after hearing all of these, what do you guys think? Who sits on the top of that hill as king?
Well, one thing that strikes me is we've set the bar very, very high.
Yeah, we did.
seemingly, by requiring offline mode, because what we've essentially done is eliminated probably the two most popular Android OCR apps, Lookout aside, and that is Envision and Supersense.
Okay, you know what? Let me bring the internet back.
I think you should.
Yeah,
I think
you
need
made
to
a
demo Envision and Supersense.
you made
I
a
think
good point.
Yeah, I think they are not on the top of the hill, but I think we need to demonstrate them. Let's bring the internet back.
You are right, Ed. We should now. I'm going to switch to the internet mode, and then we'll do this test again. Run them through.
10:05 a.m. Device unlocked.
Turn off airplane mode.
Google Assistant.
Now I'll try Supersense
Pixel launcher.
and Envision, because we've already done the other ones, and those ones
Message.
flew in the offline mode, so which is good.
Folder OCR. Lookout.
All right, so here we go. I'm moving away now a little
Pixel
bit.
launcher. It's Supersense. Sullivan Plus.
We'll start with Sullivan Plus.
Text recognition. Zoom out button.
Okay, I'm going to capture. Usually it tells you text detected.
Correct capture. Button. Capture with the volume keys.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us today. We continue with the must-have apps. We come to the 29th episode. Packages happens to be the category for discussion. That's going to be Crown King, tuned as we put these apps to the test. Text not detected.
Now, so it will tell you text not
Capture,
detected or
button,
text
capture with the
detected.
volume.
Now,
Text detected.
what I like about Sullivan Plus is the fact that it also does handwritten material, which Lookout does not. And I think that you remember if Legere does handwritten material? I don't
I'm not sure.
remember.
InVision certainly does.
Yeah, I know InVision does.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Legere does.
I'm not certain on that, so I can't say for sure that it does or does not. Anyways, that was Sullivan Plus. I will now go on and invoke InVision.
A Supersense you need to do as well
more
at
items.
some point.
Lookout.
Yes, so both
Yeah.
Supersense and InVision.
Yeah.
Grow. InVision AI. InVision AI. Magnifier button.
Okay, so I'm not hearing complaint about internet and
Read document. Out of list.
read document.
Move bottom right. Move away from the document. Move bottom. Move bottom. Move left. Move left. All edges visible. Hold steady. Process. Navigate up button. Document reader settings. Hello everyone and thank you so much for joining us today. As we continue with the must-have apps, we come to the 29th episode in which the OCR packages happens to be the category for discussion. Who's going to be crowned king? Stay tuned as we put these apps to the test.
And that is your InVision document mode. Let's do the instant read, right?
Start reading instantly.
Okay, let's try that.
Hello everyone and thank you so much for joining us today. As we continue to know WTH the must-have apps, we come to the 29th episode in which OCR packages happens to be the category for discussion. Who's going to be crowned king? Stay tuned as we put these apps to the test. No text found.
So there were a couple of misses there,
InVision AI, magnifier.
just like we had in both Lookout and Speak in the instant read. All right, now the next one we want to take a look at would be the Supersense.
Folder OCR for Lookout. Supersense. Supersense. Menu button. Start reading button.
So I'm going to start with the document mode first, and then I'm going to go to the instant read. It really doesn't matter. We'll start with the instant read.
I'm reading text. Please point your camera to a text. E. GRNG. OE. E. EG. E. NGNG. IE. TE.
Okay. Do I need to say anything about that?
Start reading button.
All right, so I'm going to hit start reading
So,
again.
so I think you need to do the document read in Supersense.
Yeah, whenever I try to switch to the document mode, it crashes.
Yes, that even when you're online.
Yeah. So, and I think it's because it's Android 12.
Yeah, I
if
think
I were
that's
running
right.
Android 11, it probably wouldn't have been the case. But we may not judge it based on this. So I'm going to try the instant read again.
Yeah. No, sorry, the instant read I missed.
Hello everyone and thank you so much for joining us today. As we continue with the must-have apps, we come to the 29 OCR packages happens to be the category for discussion. Who's going to be crowned king? Stay tuned as we put these apps to the test.
That's funny because earlier on it didn't work. But I think after I clear it from the recent apps, now let's see if I could try to clear it away and then see if I could bring up the document mode. So I'm going to clear it away from the recent apps.
InVision AI.
Okay.
Showing item home. Out of home screen 1 of 5. Folder OCR. Lookout. Supersense.
And let's see if we could get
menu. But flashlight on start. Tap to switch read mode.
And it crashed again. It's just
App info button. Supersense keeps
Yeah.
stopping.
yeah.
That's a shame.
App info. Close app.
Yeah.
Pixel
So
launcher.
I'm
Main
sorry,
reason.
I couldn't
Screen
do Supersense in its true sense of the word, but at least you get an idea. And so that would be Supersense. And now let's discuss a little bit. After giving these guys permission, 3 for sure that we know work offline, and that would be Lookout, Speak, and Legere, formerly known as Voice Dream Scanner.
And what's interesting about that is, with the exception of Sullivan Plus, they are the 3 cheapest. So Lookout and Speak are free.
Absolutely free.
Voice Dream Scanner is $4.99. Now, Supersense offers some stuff for free, but it doesn't offer the document reader for free. That's on subscription. Envision is subscription. And I think KNFB Reader, you buy it differently. It's an in-app purchase, so I can't see how much it is, but I'm pretty sure it's more than $4.99.
Oh, definitely it's more than that. Well, well, all these 3, I want to say that both Envision and Supersense started out, was it maybe like $200? And when a cry went out from the community, and I'm talking about our blind community, they slashed the prices by half, placing it at $100 for the lifetime subscription. And then now and then you may have a sales going on like what we have right now. Supersense is on sales, 40% off, which is $60 here in the US. What happens though is that if you're outside the US, you may be in a different region. It may be cheaper for you. So they're kind of like trying to price it accordingly. So $60 here in the US. I wish it was 60 cents.
Yeah.
And it's probably maybe about 60 pounds at the end.
It is. They've done pound for dollar, which means we get gypped slightly, but never mind. That's what it is.
Well, actually, I think you guys. Oh yeah. So if you're $60, so it's kind of a little bit $60, 60 pounds. I can talk. So you guys kind of. Maybe it should have been maybe like 50 something pounds, right?
I think, yeah.
Or at least maybe
pounds,
55 pounds or something like that. But
and it's not.
if they're charging you 60 pounds, so it's the 40% off. That's what it is, and that's what they're basing it off at. So if you're in a particular region and the price is like maybe 100 in your own currency, that 40% off is going to be 40 off. You're getting it at 60 and something like that.
But they, if you take, I mean, yes, that's on sale. It's worth just talking about the different ways that Envision and Supersense handle subscription. Though their normal retail price is $100, £100, but that's not the same if you want to subscribe per month or per year. So Supersense per month is £4.99, and I think $4.99 and $49 for the year. In contrast, Envision is $1.99 a month and $19 for the year, albeit the lifetime subscriptions are identical. So you need to think what sort of bet you're making with yourself if you buy a lifetime subscription for those apps. For Supersense, you are essentially saying that you think the app will be around for about 2 years. If you buy a lifetime subscription, because it's, as I say, $49 a year or $4.99 a month. Bear in mind that Supersense does offer some features for free, like the instant read. Envision doesn't offer anything for free, but then again, its annual and monthly subscriptions are much cheaper than Supersense's. But if you buy the lifetime subscription for Envision, to make that back, you need the app to last for 4 or 5 years. So just things to think about. And I do think it's interesting that those two, which work out if you subscribe to them to be the most expensive, require you to be online when scanning documents.
That was a nice summation of what these things all come down to, especially the two, the Supersense and the Envision. And it's really interesting that Supersense is charging $4.99, $5 a month if you want to do a monthly subscription, to the $2 a month if you're going the route of the Envision. So there you are. You make your choice accordingly, and or get the lifetime, and both would cost you the same price, $100. Or maybe it depends on the region. Could be cheaper in other regions. I don't know, but I'm basing it off the US and the UK markets. It's £100 or $100, right? Ed, is it $100?
That's right.
£100 at the end? Yeah.
Now, if we want to be fair, we should say that Supersense and Envision include other stuff, not just text reading. So, like, I can't remember if they both do all of it, but things like currency scanning, scene description, barcode reading. So we are focusing on OCR today. So there are other features. Nonetheless, I think it is interesting that the cheaper apps do offline scanning and those two don't.
Yeah, and the other ones do have some of those features as well. We didn't go into those features, as all that we are interested in today was just the ability to scan text, because in the scan mode of the Supersense Speak, you will find things like, currency reading, barcode, color detection, and all of that. And then the scene detection is also there in Lookout, and things like that, or food label and things like that. So these are some of the things, added benefits to those. If you want to scan a barcode, some do well, some don't do well. But again, we were focusing on the ability to scan text, whether they can scan text online or offline, and you saw what the results are. So that is what we are calling the battle of the OCR packages. Who winds up on top of that hill?
Yeah, who's on top then, Warren? What do you think? Who won?
Austin, who do you think sits on the top of this throne?
I think Lookout sits on top because there were hardly any misses and it does everything offline. I don't think there was even a single miss with Lookout.
The document mode was absolutely perfect, and the instant mode, there were a couple misses. It missed letter N in the word discussion, and I think it missed another letter in one of the words. I don't remember. Now the Legere, which is unsung hero, also I think had a couple misses. So it's kind of real hard to determine, but I think I want to go with Austin that Lookout probably will sit on the top, because at least it gives you that guidance mode verbally as to the tonal thing that the Legere does. And of course, it depends on the person in question. Some may prefer hearing the tone, and the higher the tone with this Legere scanner, that says, hey, you are having all four edges detected as to the voice guidance of the Lookout.
I would agree. Those two are top. I don't mind Legere's voice guidance. We didn't hear it, but among the also rans, if you're looking at Supersense and Envision, overall I do prefer the Envision app, but I think Supersense's voice guidance is better. The language is more natural than Supersense's. Move top. What does move top mean? What it really should say is something like move phone away from you, or move phone towards top of the page. I don't like Envision's voice guidance.
Yeah. Just maybe move left, move right. It sounds better
Those
to
are
me.
fine.
Yeah,
but if you need to move it so that you can see the top of the page, what does move top mean? I don't really like move top.
Yeah, move to top of the page, or something like that.
Something like
Yeah,
that. Move
move
left and right
bottom.
are fine. We know what they mean.
And we
move
know
away
what
from document. That's fine. It's the vertical axes I don't think Envision's got right. Supersense does it better.
Yeah. So that's the battle of those things. So who do you vote for, Ed?
I think I give it to Lookout on the nod. I think Lookout by a nose. Lookout on the dip. as they kicked off the bend with 350 to go with Lookout and Legere Scanner. I think Lookout edges out Scanner just.
I agree. And I think second would be without a question, would be the Legere and, of course, Speak. I was surprised, though, that Speak did very well.
Speak showed well. It ran a quality final bend, I thought, Speak, to stay in the mix, and then it got the bronze medal, I thought.
So those are our top 3 picks, and that would be Lookout, Legere, and Speak. Now,
Two of them are free and one of them's cheap.
Yes, and that's right. So the first one is absolutely free. The second one only costs you $5, and the third one is absolutely free. So, for me, free always sounds good, and so it's a win-win-win-win in all 3 situations for both the Lookout and the Speak scanning apps.
So unusually, consensus breaks out amongst your co-host on not only the best of the apps, but I think the order as well. Which is unusual. So it must mean we've got something right.
It is very unusual because usually we don't necessarily agree, but we're all in agreement on this. So I think something is right here.
We don't usually agree. Warren thinks pixels are better than one.
That's another battle for another day. The fun battle. Oh my gosh. Well, this has been wonderful, man. I love the exercise.
Yeah, definitely. Good thorough testing of the OCR apps, I think.
Yeah.